And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk program. Today's program, we're going over a project. You know, all the central banks of the world in different areas would have project this, project that, project whatever. And we're going to go over Project Agora. And I'm going to show you what cryptos are instrumental in that particular project. These different projects attack the crypto evolution in a different way. They look at different things, different areas, different countries trust each other to work with other countries. Other countries don't like each other. So these projects are geopolitical as well. We're going to get into the technologies used for the particular project. We're going to find out what cryptos these projects are made from. This particular one today, Project Agora, we'll be talking about. And we'll have to go over the facts and the figures. And then you'll know what cryptos are making up this project. What cryptos will the world use to facilitate this? My name is Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. I don't know anything about crypto whatsoever. I'd be the last person you ever want to listen to for anything crypto or financial advice. All right. Don't buy anything I tell you to buy. Don't sell anything I tell you to sell. Don't even watch this show. Okay. It'd be the worst financial decision you ever make in your life. All right. You know, Clarities Act. All these channels now, it's funny. They're all saying, "Oh, anytime the time is ticking." What happens? They're making all these channels, Dumb and Dumber, the Digital Dildo Brothers and stuff. Yeah, all these people are making all these videos, trying to get everybody all hyped up. It's really embarrassing. I'm watching these videos like, wow. Inside sources say Clarities Act. No. What? It's not going to pass because the Democrats, they ain't going to vote on it. So all these channels, I want you to pay attention right now, because when this deadline, hey, it'll pass when it passes, whatever that is. Do you notice? Like, I don't even like talking about it. Well, according to this, dude, it's all they're trying to do is create hype. There's nothing going on in crypto prices, so they're trying to create something. Their channels are suffering. Their channel views are suffering, so they're trying to come up with something so people will watch their channels. I'm just like, dang, man. I don't know. I can't do that. Gatorade. I can do Gatorade. All right, let's get into this. Project Agora. Let's go over real world news. Let's not deal with hype. It's so embarrassing. They got the AI now. Yeah, all these YouTubers, these people are trying to use all the AI captions and make it look like there's danger going on. Or, oh, what's going to happen? What do I need to know? Do I need to know something? I'm just like looking at this. Wow, man. They're like, yeah, it's embarrassing. All right. Let's go over facts. Fact-based channel. Project Agora cuts cross-border payment times to 80 seconds. Everybody, I want you to see what's happening. What we have going on are payments that used to take 3 days are now taking 80 seconds. It's coming. The Crypto Hulk, when's it going to happen? Look, you and me, these other channels, they can't predict anything, okay? They're all trying to push this idea, oh, the Clarities Act is going to pass. It's probably not going to pass maybe in September or next year. I don't know. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. I'm like the only channel that's saying that. But Crypto Hulk, you're the only channel that says you don't care. I don't. We get rich when we get rich. You're not going to predict shit, man. These dumbasses can't even find Ripple Russia, Ripple China, Ripple Singapore. They have nothing. They have no idea. They just pick up the latest, what's popular, and go with it. They get their little AI bots going and make a little 1-minute video for people to watch. I mean, and try to hype people up. That's all that I'm watching. Last night, I'm going through all these YouTubers and shit. Their ads just keep popping up. Project Agora. Let's look into this. Now, as I said, the BIS, Project Agora, is being led by the BIS. And let's take a look here. When we look, when we're checking this out, you got the BIS working with Ripple. So right off the top, we got Ripple, XRP Ledger, and the XRP. Here's a Binance article. Ripple joins the BIS task force. Ripple joins the BIS task force for cross-border payment expansion. The global financial system continues to evolve at a rapid pace. This is 2026. The Bank of International Settlements plays a central role in guiding global financial stability. It sets standards and fosters cooperation among central banks. Now, what's interesting to know is they teamed up with Ripple. So I just showed you that article. There's something called real value testing, RVT, real value testing of tokenization of wholesale cross-border payments, demonstrated an average time from payment to settlement in 80 seconds. That's amazing because, like I said, it used to take 80 seconds. Now, there's a report right here if you wanted to click on it. It's a Bank for International Settlements. They did a report, and I will be going over that here when this article's done. Project Agora is a public-private collaboration exploring tokenization of wholesale cross-border payments. Everybody, I want you to see what's going on right here. Everybody's skipping this. I want to focus on what's really important, not hype, okay? What's all these other channels talking about? All this Clarities Act hype stuff, all right? Project Agora is using tokenization for cross-border payments. That's what's occurring right now. It takes them 80 seconds. 80 seconds. Now, I don't know how fast this will get. I know Ripple settles in 2 to 5 seconds, but there's other things that happen during a transaction. So maybe it takes, 15 seconds or the important takeaway from this is a project involving the Bank of International Settlements. Why is that important? The Bank of International Settlements settles every transaction on the entire planet. It goes through them before it settles. They're the last stop, the Bank of International Settlements. And they're announcing today that right now they're at an 80-second global payment. That's revolution. That's never happened at all. How did they do it? Tokenization. What is that? Crypto. Oh, now all of a sudden it's starting to get real, isn't it? The Bank of International Settlements is a Ripple partner. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk is starting to get real. Yes, it is. This is what we look at on Crypto Hulk Show. We focus on facts and figures, real world connections. What is going on, Crypto Hulk, with crypto in the world? I don't see the price going up. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the price, but I know that the Bank of International Settlements, which is the bank that sets policy for all the banks in the world. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. This bank is a Ripple partner, and they're using crypto right now. What does Ripple do? It's a cross-border payments company. They have software solutions that help facilitate global cross-border payments. Crypto Hulk, what is this article about? Cross-border payments. Crypto Hulk, the BIS is working with who? Ripple for cross-border payments. So in this article, they're using tokenization for cross-border payments. That's cryptocurrency. Oh, yeah. That's why they're showing us this. The normies, the brokies, and these people, they have no idea what's going on. They only care about price. It's the only thing they know. They don't understand what you and me are talking about right here. The XRP is going to be massive in importance. But people are looking at the price. But Crypto Hulk, it's only $1.10. Bitcoin 60,000. I think I'm going to buy Bitcoin. Truly sad. What my job on this channel, that's why my channel is so heavily shadow banned, is because I don't give a shit about what's going on with the Clarities Act. It's a fucking circus show. These same jackasses that every day for 4 years was going over the Ripple trial, and they'd have Jeremy Hogan show up and John Deaton. Well, John, tell us what's going on in the Ripple trial. John, hold on. John Deaton, before you tell us what's going on with the Ripple trial, let me suck your dick before the show. That's what was going on. It was so embarrassing. Jeremy Hogan's going to be on the show tomorrow, everybody. Oh, get his perspective on the Ripple trial. You know what his perspective is? Shit. That was so embarrassing for all these years. And these YouTubers having John Deaton and Jeremy Hogan on. How fucking embarrassing was that? But Crypto Hulk, you never went over the Ripple trial at all. No, I don't go over fake court trials. I used to work in court for a whole year. Yes, sir. I worked in court for a whole year dealing with the judge, county attorneys, district attorneys, police, everything. I don't need to watch a Ripple trial. That shit is so fucking fake. Okay. During the RVT, the real value testing, there is a private sector financial institution and central banks across Asia, Europe, and North America. No, wait a second. Wait. Crypto Hulk. Wait, hold on. You mean Asia, Europe, and North America are hooked up? Oh, yeah. That's what this whole tokenization cross-border test was. Sending value from Asia, Europe, North America, and all back and forth. They completed transactions. They moved about $1 million testing it, and it worked brilliantly. They had 17 transactions, and it ranged from $11,000 to $125,000 each time. So they had 17 transactions across Asia, Europe, and North America. They moved crypto, which was tokenized. So I wonder what was tokenized. Very interesting. What platform did they use? We're talking about private sector financial institutions? Wait a second, Crypto Hulk. Oh, we're talking about private banks. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, BNY Mellon. And they moved crypto. But not just crypto, tokenized crypto. What is that, Crypto Hulk? That's when you take a cryptocurrency and it's worth something in the real world. You tokenize it. You get a car. Let's say your house is worth $1 million and you own it. You could tokenize your house, put that $1 million token on the internet. You could take your house and turn it into 1,000 tokens. 10,000. You could turn your house into 10,000 tokens, and each one's worth like, $1,000 a piece or something like that. This is what happened. They're all done. They tested it. They're done. Ripple was a part of this. We know because they're BIS partners. Project Agora. It was an important milestone demonstrating the feasibility of settling real value transactions on multi-currency, the Ripple Interledger Protocol. We got the Ripple Liquidity Hub. What did they do, everybody? They moved different kinds of currency on a shared platform using tokenized reserves and tokenized deposits. Wait a second. That's bank deposits. Everybody, that's bank deposits. This Clarities Act, it may pass, but you ain't getting no crypto yield. You are not getting any crypto yield. I'm just telling you right now. They have and used, it tested and it passed from Asia, North America, and Europe. They were shooting money around the world on a shared platform using tokenized reserves and tokenized deposits. According to the report linked, this test demonstrated that tokenization and atomic settlement can provide faster settlement and greater transparency. In addition to seeing the average time from payment initiation to settlement in 80 seconds. Participants said they valued the end-to-end visibility of payment status, routing together with the ability to support corporate payment processing. The testing also demonstrated that the prototype can support cross-border payment use cases such as corporate and interbank single and dual currency platforms, payment versus payment transactions, and intra-group bank transfers. The platform, which will be the XRP ledger, in my opinion, can interoperate with diverse external systems across jurisdictions. Maybe that is the Interledger Protocol. The diverse external systems across jurisdictions. Are they using the 2014 Interledger Protocol that Evan Schwartz and Stefan Thomas invented from Ripple? The Interledger Protocol, is that the diverse external systems platform they're talking about? Yes, it is. But Crypto Hulk, do you have evidence for this? No, I don't. I don't need it. I'm Crypto Hulk. Grok's wrong anyway. Half the fucking time, Grok's wrong anyway, right? I have to correct Grok. If you ask Grok, oh, there's no evidence for that. That's just Crypto Hulk purely speculation. Grok doesn't know a fucking thing, okay? I have to correct that stupid bitch every single time. They're using Codius as the master translator. You got the Interledger Protocol. You've got the Coinbase X402. All of these are working together to get this shit done. Let me check the comments, and then we'll get into the deep dive evidence. Okay. Here is the BIS report. If you're interested, you can read through this. That's the actual report. Now, I'm going to go over it right now. Project Agora is a BIS convened public-private collaboration. Project Agora exploring tokenization of wholesale cross-border payments. Project Agora comes from the Greek, meaning marketplace. It originated from the BIS vision in its economic report that I just gave you by combining tokenized central bank reserves and commercial bank deposits. Okay. This is what the Clarities Act was trying to have us have stable coins and get interest on it. This here is going to destroy all that, okay? Banks are not going to let you come up. It's not going to happen, okay? You're not going to be able to make yield on your money. Just letting you know beforehand. So they have a prototype. They have a prototype in this report that they used to get cross-border payments to 80 seconds, okay? I'm going to tell you what companies are involved in this prototype. And they haven't made the final edition, but I'm going to tell you what cryptos that they're using in this prototype. And I'll tell you what, if you have any of these cryptos, you're good to go. All right. I'm going to summarize this. I'm not going to do all this reading. So I'm going to, at some points, be reading, and then I'll talk, and I'll stop, and I'll read. So I'm going to cherry pick. This is coming out of Switzerland. The Bank of International Settlements. Everybody, it's coming out of Switzerland. I want you to notice something. Something in Switzerland. I think one of the top 5 families of the world. Because remember, Ripple's Medico, that technology came out of Switzerland. So it came out of Switzerland, was sold to the Germans, and then sold to Ripple. Some family, some power structure is going on in Switzerland. All right. I'm not going to deep dive it because you end up unalived when you find out stuff too good. So I'm not trying to look into who's really in charge. I don't want to know. I already lost one channel. Key leadership in this is the Bank of International Settlements, and then private sector coordination, everybody. Private sector. We all know who they are. We're going to get into who they are today. Kaleido, K-A-L-E-I-D-O. They're involved in this. Kaleido. Oh, looky right here. Hyperledger Besu. Oh, well, what is that, Crypto Hulk? Hyperledger Besu is now pretty much owned by Linux. Hyperledger came out of IBM, Stellar. Oh, Crypto Hulk. Now we know that it's going to be, since we know that it's Hyperledger and then Besu, that is Ethereum compatible, but you've got IBM, Stellar mixed up in this. Linux owns that. Who else does Linux own? Oh, just the Linnea crypto. Oh. And Swifts, we're talking about money. We're talking about crypto. We're talking about cross-border payments, moving of crypto or money around the world. Well, then we got to be talking about Swift. And since we're talking about Swift, they tested Linnea for a whole year. Consensus made Linnea, Joseph Lubin's company. And then they gave that to Linux. And then that Linnea crypto had a name change to Lineth. And guess what? Swift is working with Linux. Swift's working with Hyperledger Besu. That's stellar. Oh. So now we got two cryptos we're talking about. Let's keep going till we find more. They're talking about tokenized commercial bank deposits, workflow coordination, payment coordinator smart contracts. Smart contracts handle assets, workflows, and reference data. They're talking here about ISO 20022 is they're integrated with, and then messaging. Oh. All of this is going to go ISO later this year. The DTCC, full tokenization starting in October of this year. Swift running ISO 20022, mandatory later this year. It all looks like it's starting to happen later this year. Very interesting. Let's keep going. Oh, who's involved with this? Project Agora. 8 central banks. The Bank of England, the Bank of France, the Bank of Japan, Korea, Mexico, Switzerland, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and the Bank of Canada. Those are all the central banks involved. Now, who are the private sector banks? Way too many. There's more than 40 private banks. I'll start off with a couple names in alphabetical order. Santander, Banco Santander, BBVA, BNP Paribas, Bank of New York Mellon, America's oldest bank, Kayaxa Bank, Citibank, Commerce Bank, Credit Audit, on and on. Over 40 of them. Let's keep going. Swift is heavily involved in this, obviously. When you're moving money around the world, you got to have Swift involved, and there's the Linnea right there. There's Linux that's hooked up with Linnea to make that happen. And then you got Stellar, of course, again. Most all these banks are Ripple partner banks. They had 28 institutions and central banks completed a 30 transaction across 17 scenarios. 6 currencies. Average settlement time, 80 seconds. They had ISO 20022 occurred. Now, the 6 digital exchanges involved let me show you that. Late fee, Robert Driscoll. Now, let's look up the 6. Digital exchange. The SIX digital exchange is the stock exchange in Switzerland. It's ran by R3 Corda. R3 Corda is a XDC crypto partner. There's your evidence that the SIX digital exchange chooses Corda blockchain. There you go. And here is your R3 Corda XDC crypto connection right here. There's your evidence. So in this Project Agora, you have the SIX digital exchange involved in this. And when you have the SIX digital exchange, you're more than likely you will have R3 Corda, and they're a big XDC partner right there. So there's your third crypto or more. Like fourth. All right, let's keep going. Project Agora is one of the most significant official efforts to apply tokenization and programmable shared ledgers to wholesale cross-border payments while deliberately retaining central bank money. Commercial bank deposits they're using. This project is a concrete milestone demonstrating technical and operational feasibility under controlled conditions. It has privacy-preserving architecture, ISO 20022 alignment, So yes, Hyperledger Besu, according to Grok, that's the Swift partner, along with Linnea is the Swift partner. Hyperledger Besu is an open-sourced enterprise Ethereum client. It sits under the Linux Foundation governance umbrella. Swift has been building a blockchain-based shared ledger for tokenized deposits, 24/7 interbank on Hyperledger Besu. So Swift is directly involved with this consensus IBM Hyperledger project. At least in the roots of that was IBM. More companies are involved than just IBM and Stellar. I'm just giving you the top two that I like. Yes, in 2019, the SIX digital exchange, the SIX stock exchange in Switzerland, that's crypto, runs on crypto, selected R3 Corda Enterprise. Yes, XDC, which is Zinfin, has a long-standing relationship with R3 Corda. There is a functional Corda XDC bridge that allows the native XDC token to move from the Corda environment and be used as a settlement asset inside Core dApps. Grok's going to put this all together. Project Agora used Hyperledger Besu as a DLT client. Plus, they use the Linux Foundation family that Swift has also been exploring, like Besu and Linnea. Oh my God. So now we got the Linnea talking about, right? It's all tied in. Stellar. Okay. So we're talking about Hyperledger Besu, and I see no mention with Grok of Stellar here. So I had to ask Grok a question. Grok, isn't Stellar a member of Hyperledger? Grok says yes. Oh my God. See what I'm telling you? Grok is so fucking stupid. Grok is not that smart, everybody. Don't get all impressed by this fucking Grok shit. Grok doesn't know shit. Grok says yes, the Stellar Development Foundation is a member of the Linux Foundation, the organization that now houses the former Hyperledger. See, with Grok, if you don't tell, it's like you are, here's how useless Grok is, okay? You have to tell Grok about things because Grok doesn't know. And then he says, oh, yes, Stellar's a member of that. And I'm just like, fucking dumbass. Okay. That's why when people say, but Crypto Hunk, my Grok says this. Your Grok doesn't know shit, man. Okay, I think that is your first article here. Let me check the comments. So the global platform is starting to form really good. Now we've got Asia, North America, and Europe are now connected cross-border payment-wise. Now, that's a prototype. It's 80 seconds. It may not be Ripple right now. It's going to end up. Remember, they always start with what? Ethereum, Bitcoin, Chainlink shit, whatever. Okay. It always starts off with that traditional dumb shit. Okay. Then in the end, they have to find the cryptos that work. And this is a prototype, but 80 seconds, that's not going to work. So they're holding something hostage until later. I don't know what it is, but this 80-second stuff's not going to work on a global scale. So they're going to do some kind of upgrade, which I think they're going to run it on they're going to take everything they got now, put it on the XRP ledger. That's what I think they're going to do. So right now they might be running Ethereum-based transaction stuff with some good software, different crypto platforms to speed up Ethereum layer 2s and shit. But in the end, because this is the prototype, in the end, it'll be instant payments, 2 to 5 seconds anywhere in the world. It'll be on top of the XRP ledger. And by then, you're all super fucking rich. Crypto Hulk show is over. Sayonara. That's how it'll be. Project Agora is a project. There is no token. I gave you the Project Agora page. Read it, okay? I don't do shit for no fucking reason. right here, I gave you the BIS Project Agora. Read that shit, okay? Take some time, quit watching midget porn. Read this fucking project right there, okay, when the show's over. Next. We got that clicked out. Oh, you're going to love this one. Okay. I kind of went over this, I think, already. Let's do it again. Not everybody gets to watch. This is very important right here. Here's why I don't give a shit about the Clarities Act. Look, I don't give a shit about getting yield on a stable coin. There's another channel. I don't want to talk about it. And this person's like, but stable coins will give single mothers the ability, even if they could make $40 a week, they can have extra money to take their kids to movies. I'm just like, dude, fuck that shit. Look, I'm not giving a fuck about earning yield on a stable coin. Not giving a shit about single mothers. And that's not my fucking concern, man. Don't have kids if you don't have the money. What we got is when this crypto shit takes off and you got your millions, you go in with some people, other LLCs. I have the Crypto Hawk law firm. I already have now a financial advisor for rich people. Like, you got to have at least $250,000 to invest in stocks and bonds. Then I can hook you up with the Crypto Hawk investor. I've already got 3 people hooked up. They're calling the Crypto Hawk financial advisor. And this next article here is about the SEC. I want you to hear something. For those of you that have not heard this story, John 3:16. Thank you very much for that. Zebek thoughts and your price movement this cycle. This person obviously never watches my program. They're just coming here for a price quote. You got the wrong channel, buddy. That shit is never done here at all. So somehow you know nothing about this channel. I suggest you watch it for a week. And then you'd be like, ooh, my God, this show is not like any other. SEC chair. The SEC chair is ready. Got to listen to this title. Oh, my God. For those of you that missed it, here it is again. Round 2. The SEC chair, Paul Adkins, is ready to provide crypto rules if the Clarity Act fails. It will. It will. But Crypto Hawk, you're the only one saying that. The other ones are telling us it's going to pass and we're going to be rich and we're going to have Care Bears and unicorns and pretty ponies and we're going to give flowers and give hugs to each other and have an XRP community or an XRP family. I'm like, oh, God, would you I'm going to throw up if you keep saying that dumb shit. The Clarities Act may not make it out of the Senate this year. Oh, it won't. But Crypto Hawk, no one else is saying this except you. Crypto Hawk, everybody's reporting on the Ripple trial except you. Crypto Hawk, you're the only one talking about Ripple Russia, Ripple China. Crypto Hawk, you're the only one saying that Ripple had wallets back in 2014. We can go on and on. I don't copy these other fucking channels because they copy each other to try to come up with views. That is so fucking embarrassing. Like an 80-year-old hooker in December walking on the Las Vegas Strip. Okay? That's embarrassing. The Clarities Act may not make it out of the Senate alive this year, but that may not be a fatal blow to the digital asset market. There's a program called on CNBC, which I never watch, Squawk on the Street. It had Securities and Exchange Commissioner Paul Adkins, and he was there. He says, Paul Adkins says, the SEC agency stands ready to step in if Congress fails to act. Statute is a way of future-proofing something. I want you to understand, for the past 6 years, who was the only YouTuber, the only social media person talking about the United States Code? Has anybody else? No. Let me ask another question. Has any other YouTuber worked for the Department of Justice besides me? Answer, no. Okay. I've worked for the United States Department of Justice before. I've worked in court before. None of these dumbasses ever have. Okay. All they do is talk dumb shit on their program and do hypey stuff like the 80-year-old hooker. So Paul Adkins is saying we've got to have statute, codification, law code of Hammurabi. How many of these crypto people are so into gold like myself? I got more, like probably whatever I got in crypto, I probably got twice that in gold. Any other YouTuber like that? No. Statute. I've been telling you, United States Code. Look, we don't have crypto laws. I'm going to break it down to you because none of these other channels ever talk about this shit. In the United States, we don't have crypto laws. Technically, your IRS, they're not allowed to tax you. It's not in the law books. Crypto, what it is, the definition, it's not in the law books. They're not allowed to tax you. Well, why is my lawyer? Why am I paying tax? Because you're fucking stupid. That's why. See, crypto, it doesn't exist in the law. We don't have crypto laws. It's not in the United States Code. Trump could get his agencies, the SEC, CFTC, OCC, and all the other CCs. Trump could have them all greenlight crypto because it's not law. And the next president could be a Democrat and undo it all. What is the game changer? Statute. Law. This is what Paul Adkins is saying right here. Statute or law is a way of future-proofing something. Now the SEC says we're ready, willing, and able to issue rules. Now remember that that's not statute. Or it could be statute, but it's not law. Okay, law is permanent. Willing and able to issue rules that address the same issues in clarity. And I think it behooves us to do that. Should something not happen in Congress, then we at the SEC stand ready to provide clarity. I want you to see what's happening here. I told you guys all the way back in February when I started the $500 for 3 month Crypto Hulk program on February 3rd, I predicted and told you Congress ain't going to pass this shit because Democrats won't vote for it. You'd have to put a gun up the Democrats' head to make them vote for it, okay? They want the country to fall into despair so they can take over with communism. That's the whole goal. Look at all the Democrats. I'm not playing a politic game. I'm speaking reality. Look at all the brand new Democrats that are coming out for the midterm election. They're all communists. I'm not calling names. I'm stating fact, okay? Look at who's popping up. The Mandami guy, he's just one. And all the other, I'm not going to keep track of the communist Democrats that are coming out of the closet. But I could make a list if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. And we can talk about what their platform is, and it's pretty scary, okay? The Clarities Act passed the House last July, but it only passed the Senate Banking Committee in May. It didn't go to the whole Senate. It went to a small committee. The Democrats so far are not going to have the vote. They don't even want the vote. So what the SEC said, and I like this, the SEC is like, fuck it. We'll just have crypto anyway. I predicted that. I told you back in February, all the $500 people, when you joined up, I said, this is what's going to happen. These agencies, they're just going to let it rip. They're not going to wait for the Democrats because it's not going to happen. They're not going to vote until you got a fucking gun up to their head and say, vote positive on this. Then they'll do it, okay? So what Trump's going to do, since he can't run for a third term, he's like, let's just fucking do it anyway. That's kind of how I see things, and I like to do shit like that too. What you're going to do is not kiss up to the Democrats and give up all this shit to make the Democrats happy so they'll vote on the Clarity Act. Just let the fucking crypto run. And it's going to take off, and the Democrats will be forced at that point to be, okay, let's vote on it. The whole fucking country's running on crypto. Yeah, I guess this plan didn't work. That's how this goes. This Clarities Act shit they're not voting on that. You're out of your fucking mind. These stupid ass YouTubers making all these videos and shit. Oh yeah, the Clarities Act's gonna pass. Oh, we're gonna be rich. XRP to $100,000. See all these fucking videos that are coming out? It's so fucking embarrassing. They have no idea. This Clarity shit ain't gonna pass. And all these YouTubers are going to have to take down all those videos because they'll be like, oops, we were trying to get hype. We fucked up. We were trying to get hype and get everybody riled up for no fucking cheerleader. I'm not your fucking cheerleader. What I do is I provide information for you. And right now, this is my opinion. It's all playing out, like I said, back in February. You think Democrats are really going to vote on this in a week? They're not going to vote. They want the country to fucking fail. So, all these agencies, they're going to have to greenlight it without a vote. And then crypto is going to take off. And then later, the Democrats will have to vote yes. Okay, that's how this goes. Chris Sharpie says, YouTube messes with this channel constantly. Radar Man 7 says, why do your videos keep buffering so much now? It's because YouTube is scared to death that I know what's going on. Okay. They've been doing this shit for 6 years. Okay. No other channel, just this. They're terrified. They can't let my channel go because if so, this son of a bitch channel would grow to like I have 1 million subscribers or more, right? When I had my channel 6 years ago, in 3 weeks, I had 8,500 subscribers. Right at that point, YouTube shut the channel down and throttled it. And I maintained 8,500 for the next year. I didn't grow any bigger. I had at one point with 8,500 people, 600 or 700 people in the top chat at once, 600 to 700. It was fucking nuts. Okay. When I work on something, 3 weeks later, bam, I get throttled in 3 weeks on YouTube because they already know this motherfucker's taking over. So that's how it works. Every time I watch a video later, can't get any of the live chat. That's weird. They do all kinds of shit to the channel. Maybe what you have to do is go back into your history, find that video, and play it that way. So that's the workaround. You watch the video, and then if you go back and you can't find it, go into your history on your browser. It'll show that video, and then you'll be able to watch it. It's so fucking stupid what YouTube does. It's embarrassing. Okay. I think I'll call that a wrap. So be prepared. I don't know when these government agencies take off. Like, we know the DTCC just tokenized the Russell 1000. That's like 5% of their volume. We know the DTCC in October is going to tokenize their whole $4.7 quadrillion worth of crypto that flows each year through them. Starting in October, that happens. Also starting in October, SWIFT goes mandatory ISO. Maybe somewhere in October, the SEC gives the green light. Okay? I don't have the dates and times. I don't fucking care. If the SEC says they're going to provide crypto rules if the Clarities Act fails, which it will, then great. But Crypto Hulk, when do you think it is? It doesn't fucking matter when it is. It doesn't fucking matter. It's going to be when it happens, okay? The only thing you need to concern yourself with is getting a loan, get your crypto you need, or get that loan to get the Crypto Hulk lawyer. Because when this thing rips and goes, if you don't got your crypto in a legal LLC, you're fucked. That's why I'll let you know. Seriously, you fucked up, okay? And all that crypto you're working and working to get is going bye-bye, bye-bye. Half of it at least is going to go. You've just lost half. So you can do the dumb mentality where I'm going to use the extra 2,000 to 3,000 to buy crypto. You're not going to have any crypto left. So you're fucking stupid. But whatever. You make your choice. I make mine. In the end, we'll see. I win. Okay? That's how that works. My name's Crypto Hulk. I'll see you in the next one. My next show, if I have one tonight, will be on Patreon. If it's not tonight, it'll be tomorrow morning on Patreon.